Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm your host, Lisanne Faye. And, well, we're in the Fade. After trying to escape, falling to death. And we're here with our companions, including Hawk and Stroud. You think that's it? Yes? A letter written in a shaking hand. Son, by the time you read this, the Darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave all at Starkhaven, and we bought time for the Wardens to slay the Archdemon. But when I smelt the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Cyrus will want men to search the battlefield. He sees Starkhaven as rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. You must refuse. The battlefield is soaked in poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams that battlefield now will die. Stall him however you must, and watch for the crows. Those birds have the good sense to fear the blight. When you see them gather, then you will know the poison is gone. It is safe to search the battlefield for trinkets to satisfy virus. I will not be here to guide you, son, so you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently, and they let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows and do the same. Sora. Presumably from the time of the second flight. Okay, where am I? Okay.
We have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think the pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home. So by all means, let me return what you have forgotten.
Flowers. The Claws of Dumont. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue. Great spikes jut out from its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumont, and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it as was to be expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He has been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret I have heard them discussing the ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later today and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Corypheus, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Dumont, he would call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. That is the hall where the Claw of Dumont is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar, and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I've sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. Blah. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer where he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It's almost midnight. The Claw of Dumont, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Wards somehow preserved in blood at the statue's base. Loot. Okay. The Freeholder. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I tended the fields as I had, even as my flock died and my family sickened. My body racked by pains and chills. I saw too late the poison that had crept into the land. In my fevered dreams, the sickness covered this whole world, and I wept in fear for the family I killed with my foolish pride. Show me that this world survives. Show me that the poison does not take everything. Place the flowers. And gain 1 constitution. Okay. Which is the way I came from? This one. Gone underneath. Leave. Yeah, I pretty much searched back over here because that's where I found the flowers. So, yeah. So, up the stairs. Whew. Enhanced fire mine. Oh, good. We can give something to Dorian when I get out. Another mirror. +1 dex. For all I need that for.
What are those things?
Corruption. War. Which, that's the long one.
What's that?
Excerpt from a journal. They think they own us. They think they decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armor, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression, as though we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle, not ever. I thought about it last night, being back in the tower, their eyes on me, and all of it came back. All the years, head down, don't clench your fingers, be a good mage, be a quiet mage. And I realized I don't want to make peace with the Templars. I want them to burn. Want it so badly that the bed caught fire and wouldn't go out until Yvonne iced it all over. It's still there inside of me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the Conclave in a few hours. If those bastards so much as blink the wrong way, I'll let them see what an apostate looks like. From the Journal of an Unknown Mage. Oh, great. Yeah.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Once again, Hawk is in danger because of you, Varric. You found the Red Lyrium. You brought Hawk here.
Just keep talking, Smiley.
Alright. Okay, be ready.
Your Inquisitor is a fraud, Cassandra. Yet more evidence there is no maker, that all your faith has been for naught.
Die in the void, demon.
Alright. We all good?
Döth ma herelan. Mabanal inasalin. Marsolas ina mardin.
Bonal nadas.
See if I remember that correctly. May you learn... you will come to nothing. May your pride will be your downfall. If I recall the translation approximately. I went to Tevinter when I was a child. I remember dragon statues everywhere, big ones. I shivered as I walked between them, afraid they were going to bite me or breathe fire. My parents hushed me and told me the Magisters liked the dragons as a sign of their power. Dragons are beasts, mindless, terrible. The archdemon that comes with each blight is an offense to the Maker. We know all these things, but the Magisters don't care. It is the same with the mages. So much danger, so much power in hands not ready for it, and the mages only wish to celebrate themselves. The Magisters are what the mages of Ferelden and Orlais want to be, our rulers, holding us in terror so that we wonder if they will bite as we walk by them. I joined the Templars to keep such mages under control. I have killed many since the rebellion we all saw coming. Now the Divine wishes us to meet them at the Conclave and give them a chance to make peace. I will go. I will smile. But if the dragon statue looks ready to bite, I will strike first. I am not a child, and I will not be afraid. From the Journal of an Unnamed Templar.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Anders is going to die, just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Well, that's gotta grow tiresome quickly.
Great. Yeah. Interestingly enough, that line does in fact change depending upon who you romance in Dragon Age 2. And Templars. The Birth of Fear in an eloquent script. You are too young to worry so, my child. Write your worries down here. All your fears are smaller once you have defined them. Listed in a child's shaky hand. What if Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground, Darkspawn under our house, Darkspawn coming up from the basement. The sun will die. Black bits on bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey Warden's coming to make Father go back. Father dying fighting against Darkspawn. Dark patch on Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music. From a letter lying near a cluster of spider eggs.
Those were little fears. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
And of course, they look like giant spiders.
Spiders? I see maggots crawling in filth.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us. Wonderful.
Yep. Okay. Went up there.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger.
Alrighty. Okay. To you.
The demons!
Well, Hawk, if it makes you feel any better, I saw spiders too.
Go! Keep running!
This is the breach back in Haven. That's how I escaped.
The demons! Keep running! Ah! Go!
And that was the rift I fell out of.
It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then you... She died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit? You don't say.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
The nightmare watched Corypheus and grew powerful off the fear. Were you like that for the Divine? A spirit watching her from the Fade, inspired by her faith.
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal Divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Assuming that the Wardens and their demon army didn't destroy the Inquisition while we were gone.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. But you'd ignore that, because you can't imagine a world without the Wardens, even if that's what we need.
Agreed. The Wardens may once have served a greater good, but they are far too dangerous now.
The Wardens are a risk. Send them away before they cause even more trouble.
I don't know what to tell you. There are a few good ones, but an awful lot of the Wardens I've known went crazy.
True. But not the
This
time.
debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
Yay!
The nightmare has found us.
Which ones are these?
Form up! I'm with you.
Okay, so we've got corpses, possession, darkspawn, demons. And blood magic and abominations. Wonder whose fears these are.
Make him take you!
Come, real or not, the Divine is the key to escaping from the Fade.
Ah. Another supply cache should we need it. Okay. Hastily written note. Lunette, the breach is sealed and the war between the Templars and the Mages is finally over. All our fear and terror is finally ending as order returns to this world. I wish you could have seen the people celebrating at Haven. It is everything you would have wanted when you left for the Conclave. I will make your sacrifice a worthy one. What we do here with this fledgling Inquisition will shape all of Thedas. I will make you proud. Your flame will burn forever as a beacon of hope. Something is happening, the ground is shaking, and the soldiers are running to the gates. Rest well at the Maker's side, my daughter. I will sing your memory again soon. Love, Eloine. Okay. The Grey Warden. I joined the Wardens to serve in glory. No blade could touch me, nor any claw pierce my armor. Still, I was fated by joining to die. Alone in the deep roads, the calling in my mind, I sat by the last campfire I would see, allowing myself one last night of terror, and cursed the fate that brought me here. Let it be my choice to have served and died. Let it be nobility rather than the dread hand of fate. Destroy my destiny, and let this be my decision. So he wants something. The door is open. Mother said to run. She said the Darkspawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The door is open. It was closed when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back, no matter what. The lamps are lit all over the village, even during the day, to see through the smoke. Mother should be here right now. The door is open. I'm going to look inside.
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction? When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we will end this wretched beast.
Gibbering horror. Alright. I don't know where the terror went. It's over there. Tarot card. I guess because they were meant to predict fate. And for this, I get a point of strength. Okay. And a point of willpower. What else?
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Good to know.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
Alright. We have poverty. Debilitation. Senility. And sickness. Alright. Which way, which way?
I guess things just float whenever they feel like it here. Wonder what's up there. Or maybe it's best we never find out.
Examine. Okay, the laws of nature and the Fade. It is simple to say the laws of nature do not apply in the Fade, but while traveling in the Fade is often confusing for mages, it is rarely so chaotic as to defy description. In fact, while the placement of items may seem random, those items usually operate as we would expect them to in the real world. A book opens to show pages, although the pages may be blank or lined with gibberish. A pen and inkwell let a user write, though the pen may write on its own and the inkwell never runs dry. Those items that float usually hover at the relative height where they would have sat had the objects meant to support them existed, candles suspended in the air, as though held by phantom candlestick, for example. Why are the laws of the Maker bent but not fully broken? Why does a book not turn into a dragon or a statue explode into countless shards of energy? The answer, I believe, lies in the fact that the items we see in the Fade were most often made by the hands of man. A statue is a created thing. The mortal hands that shaped it gave it purpose, and it knows what it is meant to do. The objects that strain against the laws of nature are, ironically, those that are more natural themselves. Great stones, for example, hang in the sky. No hand has ever touched them. No mortal mind shaped them to purpose. I suspect, though, we may never know, that if the dwarves dreamt and shaped the Fade with their own perceptions, the rocks would not float. From The Shape of the Fade by enchanter Ephinius Theron. Anyways, we shall continue this adventure next time. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, and in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, and happy trails.